Hello, my loves. If you guys can start double tapping that screen, let me know where you're watching from. We will get started once I hit about 10 people live and I give my little spiel. So the more you guys can interact with this live and help me get it pushed out to the FYP, the faster we can get going on readings. I only have a limited amount of time today, and because I haven't been going live because I've just been so busy, I wanted to hop on for just a short amount of time today. What part of California? I'm from San Diego. I'm not there currently, but that's where I'm from. Bakersfield, okay. You're in the place where it gets hot. The desert. New York. My favorite time to go to New York is in February. Don't ask me why. Yes, definitely. I always think of Death Valley. How's everybody feeling? We are days away from the last eclipse in this first set of the first eclipse cycles. We've been in this eclipse portal. Energy has been extremely impactful and intense. So how's everybody feeling? Later today, I'll be, either later today or tomorrow, I'll be posting my solar eclipse video, and then April's energy forecast should be up. I'm hopefully going to record it tomorrow, so it should be up the next couple of days. Wait, which retrograde? Which one, Liz? Venus or Mercury? Because let me tell you, Mercury has really been messing me up. Normally, I don't have any Mercury issues, but the technology has been so messed up. I'm ready to be out of Venus retrograde too, though. Like, I've had so many tech issues. It's been crazy. But we've also had a ton of solar storms and geomagnetic storms, and that messes up technology too. All right. Just wait a few more minutes. We're almost there. Okay. For those of you who are new to me, I am Johanna Burkhardt. I'm a multidimensional channel, teacher, healer, and self-help author. And my mission is to help you to be the change that you want to see so that you can create the reality that you are desiring. And I do that by helping you shift your frequency, helping you trust your intuition, strengthen your boundaries, energetic and physical, help you step into your power, your light, your mission, your extrasensory gifts. Any and all of those things is how we help you to become the change that you want to see so that you can create your desired reality. When I come on here, though, I do a little bit more of traditional readings. I tend to shy away from those in my private sessions, though I do have a 30-minute offering for readings. But by doing this, it allows you to see how I read, to get to know me, for me to share and give back as well. So today we'll be doing one free yes or no to those who I feel called to. So here's the deal. If I don't answer your question, it's because I'm not getting a yes or a no, which means it might not benefit you to know. It may mean you're asking me to tap into a person who is not on this live, who has not given me permission to read their energy. So there's no need to post your question multiple times unless I really missed it from being in a paid reading. And speaking of paid readings, if you would like a mini read from your guides, that is a minimum $15 donation. It's right here in this little pink box. And if you click the link in my bio, it'll take you to my tip jar. And in there you will see Cash App and Venmo, which is what I prefer, but there's also PayPal. If you do want a mini read from your guides, I highly suggest you ask the question that you most want, because if you say you want a general, I'm not going to allow you to ask a question. So go ahead and get your question out of the way. You will get more than what you're asking for because the guides are going to give you what you need to know. You're going to ask what you want to know. But let me know if you do book a reading through the link in my bio so that I can prioritize you. Make sure your Cash App and Venmo has your first and last name. And like I said, I'm only going to be on for a little while today. I have wish you could do your eyeliner for you. What does that even mean? Because I have a busy calendar this afternoon. I'm not sure what you mean by the eyeliner thing. Okay, so let's get into some questions. And if you have general questions too about the energy that we're in, healing journey, spiritual development, please let me know. We can have general discussions as well. If you're gonna, okay, so here you guys, if you want to know if someone's thinking about you, missing you, wanting you back, what are they doing? What are they feeling? What are they thinking? I don't have permission to read their energy. That is not in integrity, and any reader that's doing that is not in integrity. So I'm not going to answer those questions, okay? Wayne is being distant. Is he trying to ghost me? I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I think that this is an opportunity for you to have communication. Say, it feels distance between us. What's going on? You know, how can we shift this? You guys have to start communicating with each other. Hi, Nicole. Thank you so much. Kevin, will I get the job offer at Alaska Fish and Game? Yes, I feel like that is actually a very high potential for you. Will I find work soon? Applying like crazy. Yes, I still feel like you have probably at least another month, maybe 2. I really want you to focus on jobs that excite you, not jobs that you think you're qualified for. It's almost like you find things that are exciting, but you feel like you don't have the qualifications, or it says you don't have the qualifications. I would apply anyway and express who you are and why you would love to do that job. With the paid minis, do you answer our question but still give insight or general, or just focus? So yes, as I said, if you ask the question, I'm going to answer your question, but then I'm also going to give you whatever else is coming through that the guides want you to know. So the readings can vary. They can be 5 minutes, they can be 10 minutes. It just depends. Every person's going to be different. Russell, will my family and I ever reconcile? Yes. Let go of expectations and be willing to love and appreciate them for who they are and where they are. But yes, it will happen. You're very welcome. Sent a donation. Okay. Please let me know where you guys sent it to. Let me just pull. I didn't even have my Venmo and stuff up, so hold on 1 second. Okay, this was on Cash App. Okay, Nicole, what's your question? So anytime there's a paid reading, that gets prioritized over the yes or no's. Now I gotta find it again so I can see the username. Mountain Vibe Healing. Okay. All right, you can drop your question whenever you're ready. Michelle, should I continue the side hustle I'm currently doing? Yes. I feel like there's something else that's going to come along that brings you more joy, but follow your joy. Follow the thing that makes you feel like it's not work, right? Follow the passion. Remember why you're doing it and release the outcome to what it's going to give you, and you'll have better results. Where's the other part of that? Beautiful facelift. What is wrong with people doing this today? I didn't have a facelift. I want to know about my health of my baby. I know I'm about halfway through my pregnancy. Okay, we'll see what comes through. I'm not doing medical today. I am a medical medium, but I'm a physical medium, which makes me a medical medium. So we'll see what happens. Okay. All right, so this is for Nicole. So as far as your question, Nicole, about the health of the baby, the physical vessel of the baby feels fine and healthy. Feels like you might have some indigestion, and I can definitely feel, it almost feels like the baby's in a weird position, or they've been pressing on one area of your body more than another that's been a little bit uncomfortable. And so if you do some, I'm sure you already know this, but if you do some massaging, you can probably get a little bit of movement to move the baby in that way. But everything looks to be normal. I don't feel like there's going to be any major issues or anything like that. Is there some type of, they're talking about some type of fear. You feel like you're not supported, or I don't know if that's the correct way to say it. It almost feels like there's a fear that you won't be supported, or you won't have enough support. I don't know if you feel like it's when the baby comes, it's almost like they feel like there's a stress or a fear about when the baby arrives, if you're going to be able to handle it, or if you're going to have enough support, or be able to be, if you're going to be supported. This is the kind of energy that they're making me feel that's been coming up for you. So if that is the case, just know that the communication is going to be everything for you. So communicating where you are, how you feel, what you need, making sure that you still give priority, time to yourself to replenish, those types of things. But they make me feel like this is a big worry for you. Yeah, I have no support from family. I have lots of tension with my immediate family, especially parents. Okay. But they're assuring me that you do have support. So where is that support that's not, it doesn't have to be family, right? It's almost like it's time to create a support network. And I do feel like there are people who will support you. But I feel like if you can get into some type of, I hate to call it a support group, but some type of mom's group, they're showing me like moms groups in your area that help each other. And you know, I have been seeing this idea for a while, and I wish somebody would do it, but it's like we're going to come into a time where we go back to community-based living where like moms all work together in their zone of genius to support each other, especially when you're working with single parents. I wish that, I don't know, maybe it already exists and I don't know about it, but it's something that comes up continuously. But I feel like there is already some type of like single mom support group, or just, you know, moms who need help kind of support group. And that's something that you should tap into. But they make me feel like you do have support, that you don't need to worry about that. I feel like you're just feeling the insecurity of not having your own family. But the more you focus on that, it weakens your spine. So that's the reason why we bring it up, is because we want you to strengthen that spine. And that strengthening that spine is saying, I will have the support, I will create the support, I will connect to the support, I am supported, I will be supported. Because the more you feel into that, the more that you anchor into that, the more you speak that, the more that will be called into your life. If you only focus on, I don't have support, I don't have family, I don't have anybody, then you're telling the universe that's what you want. And so you have to be very careful about what you speak. The other thing is they're telling me that you're having more sensitivity issues, and the children that are being born today are crystalline children. So they don't come in with the carbon load that we do in our DNA. And so they are extremely sensitive to chemicals, to, fake food, seed oils, sugars, all of the things that aren't good for us. And so just knowing that will help you, so that you can make sure that you give your child the best of what you can, that you're able to really help them to not have developmental issues or behavioral issues because of the interaction with their sensitivity. But also because of that, when the soul comes in and out of the physical body, because that's with a baby, the soul comes in and out, they're not there 100% of the time. It is mixing with their crystalline energy, is enhancing your own energy. So you may be experiencing new sensitivities. You may be feeling a little bit more sensitive around people. Your energy, sensory abilities are extremely heightened right now because of your pregnancy. And that's for anybody who's pregnant, because you guys are carrying crystalline children. And so this is a good time while you're pregnant to really start to clear a lot of your limiting beliefs and really work on who it is that you want to be. What kind of mom do you want to be? What kind of woman do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to have? And then to start to change your beliefs, your behaviors, and your patterns to match that of what you desire, because you will be the walking example for your child, but it will also help you to create the life that you actually want and create the structure that you want. You have been creating a perpetual cycle of things repeating based upon your belief systems that you're carrying. I have some mom friends I need to connect with, and my husband's wonderful and supportive. Awesome. I always let my immediate family stuff make me sad. Yeah. And that's the thing. You know what? Your immediate family, that's their job. You guys are soul family. You guys have infinite number of lives that you're currently together in, playing different roles. So maybe you were the parent in one life and they were the child. So you guys are always seeing things from a different perspective. So if you can choose to see them through the lens of compassion, and you can choose to see them as whatever they're doing their job, it's triggering something in you that needs to be healed, that needs to be released. If it's heavy, it's not yours. It's not meant for you to carry. And the best thing we can do sometimes is let people go and love them from afar. But you need to remember that what they're doing doesn't mean anything about you. And I feel like that's where it gets you, is you feel like, what's wrong with me? Why don't they love me? Why don't they respect me? Why don't they accept me? Why don't they treat me the way that I need to be treated? And you have to set the tone for that and have boundaries, which I feel like you've been doing. But it's not because of you. There's nothing that you are particularly doing. This is just the way things are playing out. their actions and words have everything to do with their own journey and how they see things and how they see you and how they see the world. It has nothing to do with you. And so if you can let that go, I think it will help you to release them and let them be where they are in their journey. And they're the ones who are losing out, right? And so don't invite them into your life if they're not bringing you joy and if they're not enhancing and making things better. If they're only creating pain and suffering, don't torture yourself out of the name of blood, because this is a game that we're all choosing to play, and just because they're blood, they don't owe you anything and you don't owe anything to them. But I want you, and I'm glad you asked this question and why you hopped on here. You have a support network. Connect in with your mom's group. Have, set up a meal chain, set up whatever it is that you feel like your need, but you have the time right now to create some type of schedule or structure. Hold on to it loosely, right? Don't be rigid to it, but set yourself up for success now. And start making those connections, start going out with some of your mom friends. But I'm also feeling like connect in. It's not just the people you already know. They're making me feel like there is a group that is supportive for moms. So you might have to search Facebook groups. You might have to search Meetup. You might have to, look around, and there might be a flyer or something. I don't have an exact location of where you're going to find this, but they make me feel like you're going to come across a mom's group. When you do join it, add yourself into it, because I feel like there's a lot of resources in that space that are going to help you, you and your husband. So that will be helpful for you. But we really want you to let go of the weight of your family. And having a child can only make that harder at times because you want them to be there. But usually when having a child, that can bring people together. But if they decide to be a part of that and you let them in, just have extremely strong boundaries. Because if someone's speaking to you in a way that doesn't feel good, or treating you in a way that doesn't feel good, you need to speak up and say, I don't allow this. I don't allow myself to be treated this way. Please leave. If you can't, accept me for who I am and where I am and what I'm doing, yada, 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 that type of energy. Yes. And this is your opportunity, right? Do you know what you're having by chance? I didn't want to say. Okay. I didn't want to say it if you didn't know. So congratulations on your boy. Do you have any questions about anything that we've said? This is your most important thing right now. Create new patterns, create new behaviors and beliefs, create a structure that's going to support you, right? Whether that's pre-cooking and freezing meals, whether that is connecting into the moms group and creating a meal chain, whatever it is starting to create plans and connections so that you are supported. That's going to be the biggest shift for you. And for whatever reason, they're telling me you are going to have a really good recovery. So I don't know if that's something you've been worrying about, like how long is it going to take you to recover? Obviously, listen to your doctors and don't be doing things you're not supposed to be. But I feel like your recovery is going to go smoothly. Thank you, Mary, for the compliment on my makeup. But do you have any questions about what we've already said? You're very welcome. Also, one last thing. I don't know why, but I have the urge to tell you that if you want to bring things into your birthing room that are going to help relax you, like candles or flowers or things that create ambiance that help keep you relaxed, then do that. Most hospitals do allow it if you put it into your birthing plan. I don't know why that's coming through, but I feel like it would be beneficial for you to have things that really keep you relaxed and calm and centered and something that makes you feel more relaxing. I'm hoping to have a home birth. Okay, good. So just keep that in mind in the event that the home birth doesn't go, because maybe that's what it is, but I keep feeling all these homey things. So maybe I was just misinterpreting that. But if it doesn't, feel free to bring those things into the hospital. A lot of hospitals will allow it if you tell them, okay? And thank you for allowing me to read your energy. And congratulations on having a baby boy. Okay. Okay, so right up here it tells you guys no mediumship, no legal, no medical. Pregnancy does fall under medical. If I do a mini read like I just did for Nicole, and I get information regarding medical, that's different. If I connect to you and do a mini read and your mom or dad or uncle or brother or somebody shows up and they're there and they're speaking to me, I'm going to bring it through. But please do not donate on the premise of answering those questions. Susie, will I end up with the right person? You're always with the right person depending on where you are in your consciousness. Whoever's showing up for you is showing up for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. There's no such thing as a bad relationship. Will 2025 be a better year for me? Yes, I feel like the second half of the year is going to be better than the first half. But what you believe will be, Anna. So if you don't like your reality, you have to look at the beliefs that you've accepted that have created that reality and then therefore change those beliefs. Please don't ask her a question more than once. If I don't answer, it's because I don't have a yes or no for you. Beth, I posted a sale today on IG. Will I make money from it? I feel you will, but you have to really look at the intention that you set when you posted it. If you're in a fear-based energy and you need to make the money, you're not going to probably make as much as you want. So you have to release the expectation of the outcome. You really need to look at your intentions when you're putting things out there and why you're doing it. Cindy, can my daughter and I repair our relationship? Of course. You just got to give her some space. You need to give her some space. And just remember that all truths are true. So whatever she sees, however she sees it, that's her truth. Judy, will my granddaughter reach out anytime soon? Yes, you will hear from her. Let people be where they are. You're welcome. All right, looks like we had a PayPal come through. That didn't even help. Okay, Kathy, go ahead and drop your question. I know you are. I'll be getting off shortly just to get ready for your reading, Poonam. Spirit led is fine. Okay. Let's see whatever comes through then. Kathy. Kathy, what is going on with you, girlfriend? I feel a lot of stress and a lot of worry and a lot of like turmoil or in your stomach, a lot of turmoil in your solar plexus. It feels like a inner conflict, some type of contradictory beliefs happening within you that has really been causing you some anguish, and it's starting to have a physical effect on your body, almost coming up into your chest a little bit, and then I can feel a little bit in your jaw. They say this isn't necessary, so I'm not sure what you are stressing about. Divorce is still pending. Okay. Are you allowing that to be something that, because it almost feels like an ulcer. Not worried though. So something's going on inside of you. This is why it's coming up. I wouldn't be feeling this if there wasn't anything. So it almost feels like an ulcer. So there's something going on that is causing your body to go through this conflict inside of you. So I would highly suggest like you tune into these areas of your body, or just sit with, or become very aware of your thoughts and what's coming up for you and what your body's feeling, and kind of trying to see if you can catch it. Because once you become aware of it, then you will be able to choose different. But there definitely is some type of inner conflict going on that's creating some inflammation. And like again, I said, it almost feels like an ulcer. Everything has an energetic root though, so it could be many different things. Yeah, oh girlfriend, mine was 18 months. I know they can be very challenging, but everything's happening at the rate that it should be. Everything's happening for you. So you just have to ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What am I being what is this teaching me? How is this serving me right now? Right. And really just, if you can come into acceptance of what is and just kind of let go of the need for it to be done, it will, because we have to come back to our words, guys, and our beliefs. So if we're waiting for something to be over, if we're just, those types of things, it's like the energy doesn't have permission to equalize out. So I feel like there's still something that needs to be resolved between the two of you, but also within you personally, that will be a cultivating factor for this divorce going through. We think we've learned all the lessons, right? I'm sure you have learned many lessons, but everything's happening for a reason, right? So you have to ask yourself, why is this happening right now? What is this trying to show me? What is this trying to teach me? Is it trying to teach me patience? Is it trying to teach me acceptance? Is it trying to teach me to just make peace with my life and where it is right now? But then and what they're saying is, okay, gotcha, okay. We can learn a lesson. We can become aware of what it's trying to teach us, but still not change the belief or pattern that we are allowing it to create in our life. So it's like you can know things, but are you implementing that knowledge into changed behavior? Are you changing your patterns of behavior? Are you changing your patterns of thought? Are you changing your belief systems that are keeping you in this cycle? Hey, Tippy Tap. I feel like the divorce will be complete by fall. It doesn't mean it will wait until fall. I'm just saying by fall, this should all be done. So I feel like in the next few months, things will wrap up where they are. I just can't, this feeling is not going away. So we have to figure out another way to convey it to you. Have you had any type of indigestion, any type of stomach issues, any type of anything in that area showing up for you? Could be indigestion, it could be heartburn, it could be stomach aches, bloating, anything right in this area. Last night you did. Have you noticed it happening more than just last night? Okay, I'm going to invite you to pay more attention to it. So what I want you to do is pay attention to your thoughts. Whenever you have reoccurring thoughts that are on repeat, I want you to ask yourself, where does this live in my body? And I want you to tune into what sensations pop up in your body so that you can connect the two. And if you start to have any type of indigestion or stomach issues, I want you to pay attention to what your thoughts were that day or what you were feeling. Were you stressed? Were you worried? Were you, angry or frustrated? Also, sometimes internalized anger or regret can cause these issues that are underlying that you may not be fully experiencing yet. So if you're carrying around a lot of regret or frustration or agitation or even anger around your divorce or around anything really in your life, can also cause this energy. And so I may be feeling it and it's not fully manifested in your physical body yet. Maybe I'm just feeling the energy of it, but I really want, it just keeps coming back up for me. So it is something that you need to pay attention to and really ask yourself if you are holding any regret, any anger, any resentment, any of those energies. If you are, you really need to make peace with those spaces in your life, because that will change that energy and it won't manifest into your body in such an inflammatory way. But I do want to assure you that I do see this being resolved by fall at the latest. I have forgiven all he has done, so it's a step forward. Yes, have you forgiven yourself? Right? Because we all play a role in everything, right? Even if it was just not listening to our own intuition. So have you forgiven yourself? Have you worked through any regrets or frustrations or anything. You forgave yourself first. Okay. So, well, there's got to be something, because this energy wouldn't be coming up for no reason. So just, again, pay attention to your thoughts and your body and see if anything new pops into your awareness, because I feel like it's just something that you're not currently aware of. And so when the time is right, it will hit you in the face as it does. And you'll be like, oh, I know what this is. And then you'll be able to do something with it. But yes, I feel like your divorce is going to be resolved by fall at the latest. You're very welcome. Do you have any questions about anything that we've said? Other than that, they want you to know that you're doing really well. They know that you've been doing the work. You are, as they say, right on time. You're always where you need to be. You're never out of alignment. You're never not where you're supposed to be. So if you feel like you're stuck somewhere and you're not moving forward, you need to ask, what is it that I need to see? What is it that I need to be made aware of? What is it that I need to shift so that I can move forward again? And watch, it will show up in your life within a few days of you asking for that. Okay, good. You're very welcome. And I don't know, Kathy, if you guys you and your ex-husband or soon-to-be ex-husband have a good relationship right now. I don't know if you share children together or not, but I feel like once the divorce is dissolved, I feel like you guys will have a friendly, copacetic relationship. He is angry, no kids. Give him some time, but I feel like after the divorce is done, I feel like you guys will have more of a friendly, copacetic relationship. It's not like you guys are going to be best friends hanging out, but it will subside. Yes, that was a 15-minute read. They're all different. Some are going to be longer than others. It just depends. Will I get the job I interviewed for yesterday? Yes, I feel like that's a really good potential for you. New here, how does this work? So it's one free yes or no per person. If I don't answer your question, it's because I don't have a yes or no for you, which means that it's probably not going to benefit you to know. Or you're asking me a question about a person who I don't have permission to read. So if I'm not answering your question, your best bet is to ask a different question. You don't need to post it more than once. If you want a mini read from your guides, it's $15. So you can ask a specific question. And then if there's anything else that needs to come through the guides want you to know, or that I'm picking up in your physical vessel, I will communicate that to you as well. Will I ever get out of the hell I live in on a daily basis? Yes, when you choose to. Your beliefs, your choices are help keeping you there. You're not responsible for all of it. Obviously, there's things that happen that are outside of your control. But yes, you have to start to believe a new reality. Will my best friend talk to me again soon after our fight? Yes, give her some space. We all have to go through some things and make sure that you guys are both taking ownerships for your parts. But yes, she will come back around. Will I get over my heartbreak soon? Yeah, you have to give that love back to yourself, honey. You got to love yourself through it. And you can't resist the pain. So as soon as you stop resisting the pain, you allow yourself to feel that heartbreak, and you reinforce the fact that There's nothing wrong with you, that you are still worthy. Your worth never leaves with the person. Never, 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 never. Okay, we had a donation come in. Paula, go ahead and drop your question. And let me know who you are, because I don't know what your handle is. Can I just hear what the spirits want? Yeah, perfect. Okay. All right, this is for Paula. Paula, it feels like that you are going through some energetic transformations at the moment. You're in the middle of what we call a frequency shift. So when you're in between frequencies, life can be a little bit confusing. It can feel a little out of sorts, or almost like you're disconnected, which is not the case. But you can feel out of sorts or confused, or like things are not going the way that you want them to, but it's because you're in between. You have let go of who you have been and who you were, and you're not quite anchored into who you're becoming. And so you're in that in-between space where you're again, it's things are a little foggy, right? There's not a clear definition of who you are, where you're going. And so if you're feeling any of that, know that it's because you're in the middle of that transformation. You're in the middle of that transit. But because of this, they're showing me that you are oftentimes a little ungrounded. And there's two reasons for that. Being grounded means being present in your body, not in your head. So there's moments where you get caught up in your head, but then there's other moments where you kind of just are very out of the body, almost like very floopy, or just a very ethereal, right? You kind of get into the little daydream, or kind of get lost in that moment of time for a minute. It's because you're going in and out of different versions of you, different realities. And so there's two different types of energies going on. So if you can at least control the one, to where when you're in your head and you catch yourself in your head, coming back to your body, taking some deep breaths, touching your body, letting you know I'm here, I'm solid, what's going on in this now moment, that would be very helpful for you. If you're having any trouble with your ears, you can ask them to turn it down, but just know that if you're feeling any pressure or frequency or anything going on with the ears, it's because of the frequency shift that you're going through. I also feel like you're probably clairaudient because of just the amplification that I get with your ears, which means that you really need to pay attention to your thoughts when you have them and how they're speaking to you. Knowing that your clairaudience uses your thoughts a lot of the time. I also feel like there's a shift coming for you in your career. Are you currently looking for a new position or a new job? I'm described as an overthinking. Are you an overthinker? If you start listening to your thoughts, Paula, like observing them, like really observing them, and you start to hear the words we or you in your thought form, that is somebody speaking to you. So a reason why I say this is because, again, we talked about there's an amplification of your ears, which is my sign for that you're clairaudient. So I feel like a lot of times the overthinking is because there's spirit communication, there's you digging through the algorithm of your past, and there's multiple things going on. But if you can start to observe your thoughts and not be so attached to them, you will start to see when spirit is speaking to you, and you'll be able to have dialogue. I actually feel like you already have dialogue with them, but you feel like you're talking to yourself when you're not talking to yourself, you're talking to spirit. So just something to keep in mind, something to play with, that you can start to have these dialogues with yourself. But when you're up in your head and you're focused on the thoughts, you're ungrounded, you're not in the moment, and you can actually lose chunks of time. And it's something that they're wanting you to bring your awareness to, so that you can surrender more and not chase the thoughts and not be consumed by the thoughts, you know? So you're not looking for another job, but I feel like it doesn't matter if you're looking or not. I feel like the second half of this year, there's some type of career shift coming for you. So just keep that in mind, that there might be a new opportunity or some type of opportunity that shows up for you, whether it's a side business, a business, or a new position. There's a new opportunity that's going to be presented to you over the next 6 months, or the last 6 months of the year. It feels like the second half of the year is when that will come in for you. But I feel like your extrasensory abilities, like again, like the clairaudience, but also your clairsentience, like your ability to sense and feel things around you, those two energies are going to be amplified, and you're going to become more aware of them. You may not understand what they are, but you're going to be becoming way more aware of them, and it will be harder for you to deny. So this is like, again, as soon as you move through that shift completely, I feel like this is when that's going to start to open up for you. Yes, if you would like a private reading, I do have 30-minute readings that are more traditional on my website that you can book. They don't have anything else for you, Paula. Do you have anything specific that you want to ask, since that seemed super short? That's what they wanted you to know. They really want you to focus on listening to your thoughts, being aware of your thoughts. Again, they just keep saying it over again. You have been in communication with spirit, with your guides. You're just not realizing that that's what's happening. And so they want you to spend more time just witnessing your thoughts and realizing that the language may be a little bit different when you notice it. The words, when you hear we or you, that's somebody speaking to you. When you answer yourself, when you answer out loud to a thought that you had in your head, that's you talking to a spirit. It's just helping you to develop this clairaudience. I feel like this is going to come in handy for you. Your divorce is not holding you back. Nothing can hold you back. You're the only one that can hold you back. You're the only one that can hold you back. So if you think that that has a power over or an effect on your life, then it will. That's the point of that, right? Is if you think something can have a power over you and slow you down or have an effect, then it will. But that's a belief that you have to look at. But if you're looking at it from a spirit form, no, everything's happening for you. So it's definitely not holding you back. And of course you're doing okay. You're right where you need to be. But if you can just make these small shifts and changes, things are going to feel much different for you the second half of the year. I feel like the second half of the year, there's going to be more blessings. There's going to be an opportunity. You're going to be settling into your new frequency. You're going to have immense clarity, and you're going to be starting to really understand your ability to connect. If anything, just to help yourself, right? It's not that you have to go step into this line of work, but everybody has these abilities. So yours are starting to come online, and they will be very useful for you when you start to practice utilizing them. You're over it. I don't blame you, honey. Let it go. If you're over it, just set it down and be like, I'm done with this. No more. It has no power over me. But I hope that helps you, and practice that. And, in a week or two, come back if you find me live and let me know how it's been going. Practice observing your thoughts and seeing if you can pick up when you're in communication. I think that will be a fun little thing for you to focus on anyway. It's a lot of fun, Paula, once you get used to it. Your ego will tell you you're making it all up, but your ego has no idea what's really going on. Stacy, will Eric and I be in a committed relationship? From your perspective, because I can't tap into him, I don't see you guys together. Anita, should I stay in a relationship with my fiance? So this is what I'm going to tell you. I don't ever answer these questions yes or no, because Spirit says that that's not helpful for you guys. If you're asking the question, you already are feeling, what you're really asking for is permission. You wouldn't be asking the question if you already didn't have a feeling that that's what the thing is that you're supposed to do. Does that make sense? So if you're questioning whether you should stay or go, you need to ask yourself, what is it about the relationship that's making me feel like it's not stable? One, this is a really good opportunity to have communication, to sit down and have vulnerable, real clear communication and ownership of what you're feeling. But anytime anybody's asking if I should leave them or divorce them, or should I stay and work it out, you already know the answer. You wouldn't be asking the question. Does that make sense? I know it's not what you want to hear, but it's the best answer to help you. If you feel like you have to stay or you should stay because of X, Y, and Z, that's bullshit. What does your gut tell you? What does your heart tell you? Well, that's up to you. Again, you are asking a question you already know the answer to. I'll tell you personally, for me, someone cheats, that's a deal breaker. You can't rebuild from that. Can some people? Sure. You have to ask yourself, is that something that you want to do? Is that something you feel called to do? Because I actually don't feel like that is what you want to do. I feel like you don't feel like you have enough worth to let go of him and pick someone who would not do that to you. So take that with a grain of salt and do some work on yourself. If I was you, I would let him go. But I'm not going to tell you what to do with your relationship. Nick, it's not a yes or no question. Do you need to? You don't need to do anything. If you want to stay away from her, if she's not someone that aligns to you or is healthy for you, then stay away from her. But Spirit you're always going to get exactly what you need. So if she keeps coming around and that's what you need, then that's what's going to happen. Am I moving to Estonia in 2025? If you do, it'll be towards the end of the year. It might bleed into 26. All right, so I'm going to do this because it's a really great example. Kyler Farron. I pray for everyone here. This is a sin. Jesus Christ is real and he loves you. Repent. Come to him. I channel Jesus all the time. I channel Jesus all the time. And if you actually read the Bible, you will understand it from the right context. So I love you and I'm sending you all the love in the world. And thank you for taking time out of your day to give energy to something that you don't align to. Julie, am I being overcharged or milked by Carolyn? I wouldn't say milked. I feel like she's not taking you seriously. Why is it? What is going on with my live? Okay, you guys, if you're asking me what another person is thinking or feeling, I'm not going to answer those questions. I do not have permission to read someone else's energy. Will I get a response from Nick this week? I heard yes as soon as I read your question. Will Michael and I get engaged this year? I don't think so. Will I quit my job in the next 6 months? So I don't get a clear yes or no on that, but what I do get is I feel like there's going to be some other opportunity that shows up. It kind of feels like your own thing. So take that for what you will. You might do both for a little while. I feel like you're going to do your own, you're going to start your own thing. If I don't answer your question, it's because I don't get a yes or a no. I'm not ignoring you. Sometimes it's not beneficial for you guys to know the answers. Once again, I will not answer questions if you're asking me how someone else thinks or feels. And if anyone else on this app is answering those kind of questions, they're reading it through your filter, which is tainted. So it's not an integrity, just so you know. Hi, Shelby, welcome in. Hi, Mona, welcome in. Mona, you will get the home loan money. I don't know if it'll be next week, but you will get it. If you're asking me how someone else thinks or feels about you, I can't answer that because I'm not. Oh, thank you for the sun. That was cool. I don't have permission to read them. Will my daughter end no contact soon? So I'm looking at it through your timeline. It doesn't feel soon. It feels like there's still a ways to go. But you will eventually come back into contact. Will I ever get over Kaylee? I don't know if that's how you say her name. Yes, of course you will. Oh, thank you, Brandy. You're welcome, Mona. Will I overcome my current struggle soon? Yes, when you stop struggling with them. I know it sounds simplistic. Thank you for the heart. When you ever find yourself struggling, it's because there's two different contradictory beliefs. So you need to really look at what those beliefs are that are keeping you in a tug of war. And just, so if there's something in your life that's externally that you're struggling with, it's because there's two different contradictory beliefs. I feel like once you see it, everything will shift and move very quickly. Hi, Autumn. Welcome in. Thank you for the heart. Will I be able to leave my day job to pursue my business full-time this year? I feel like your best opportunity for that's going to be later this year, September, October. Just do your best to believe in yourself. Believe that what you want and what you desire will actually support you. Because I feel like right now you have a belief that what you enjoy doing will not support you. Like that you have to have a day job. So there's some belief work that needs to be shifted. But yes. I also, I'm just going to give you more because it's here. Don't be afraid of success. Because I feel like there's a fear that you won't be able to sustain it. So you need to work on that as well. Austin, yes, there's a relationship coming for you. I feel like it will be over the summer. Caitlin, I don't see that happening in your timeline, no. So if you guys want a mini read where you can ask a question or get general guidance from your spirit guides, those are a minimum $15 donation. It's linked right here in my bio. This tells you what I am doing and not doing today. Sophia, no. Ashley, does my family look down on me? Who cares what they think? Who cares if they do or don't? It doesn't matter. What they think, what they feel, what they believe has nothing to do with you. It's none of your business. What matters is what you believe. That's it. Will the father of my kids and I ever get back together? I don't. Not romantically, no. But I do see that you guys will have a good co-parenting relationship. Please don't ask your question more than once. If I have not answered you, it's because I do not hear an answer for you, which means it might not be in your benefit to know the answer. Todd, yes. I can see you. I just don't have a yes or no for you. If you're asking me what someone else thinks or feels about you, I won't answer those questions. I don't have permission to read their energy. Will I be meeting someone new? You're always meeting somebody new. Will you be talking about romantic partners? Yes, you will meet someone new later this year. Hi, Rocky. How are you? Jody, is Antoine my person? He's not your soulmate, but he is a person that you are meant to have some type of exchange with. He's showing up for a reason. We'll be together with E. I don't know. We are the same work. I don't know what that means, but I don't. Every time I read your questions, I don't hear anything. So it's not. I'm not ignoring you. I don't know what someone else is thinking. Will my finances improve this year? Yes, not to the capacity that you want them to, but yes, they will. Remember, you always have what you need. You just have to realize that that need comes in different forms. It doesn't always come in the form of financial abundance. Juliana, will I find a better job? Yes. Can you look outside the box of what you're looking at, though? Jenny, you are always on the right spiritual path. You are always right where you need to be. If you don't like where you are, you need to ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What is where I am trying to show me? You're not moving. You might not feel like you're moving forward because there's something that you need to learn or realize. Or there may be a fear of you going into that next step. But yes, you're always exactly where you're supposed to be. Always, always. It doesn't matter if you're a single mom, honey. Look outside the box of what you normally would look at for a job. I feel like there's something else that is going to be more beneficial to you, time and financial wise, but I don't feel like you've widened your scope that far yet. Healing Mama. I don't know if you're meant to, but I do feel like you will move south. Georgia or Florida, somewhere in that area. Yeah, it's been busy for sure. Every time I say I'm going to start showing up and going live more, I get busy, and then I'm like, I can't go live today. I can't go live today. So I do my best to go live as much as I can. So I get the busy part. Yes, something different, my love. I almost feel like it has something to do with kids, or maybe it's something that's closer to your kid's schedule. I don't know. It has some type of correlation with children. Veronica, is it time to let go of John, or are we still good? I think it's time for you to really ask yourself what the issue is in your relationship and then have a conversation about it. I feel like there's something that needs to be discussed that will bring you back into peace. Sonia, no. Will Gary and I reconcile? No. New life, you are being filtered. Okay, so I can't answer that question. I've said it 100 times, you guys. If you're asking me if what someone else's actions are going to be, or what they're thinking or what they're feeling, I don't have permission to read their energy. So I cannot answer that question. But what I will answer for you is I don't think that this is a good match for you. I think you should let go and move on from this relationship. So New Life, username New Life, I hope that helps you. I don't feel like that's a good relationship it doesn't feel good for you. I don't know either, Sunshine Lady. I can't remember who I even read for 5 minutes ago. Should I trust my husband again? So I never get yes or no's for these kind of questions. But I will tell you is you have to learn to trust yourself. And why that's important is because if you know something's not right or if something doesn't feel right, then you have to trust that you will be able to walk away or have the conversation or do the thing. I don't feel like it's about whether you can trust someone else or not. And the way to know if you can trust someone else is if they consider your best interest as much as they consider their own, right? If they take on your best interest as if it was their own. So if he has shown you that he can do that, then possibly. But at the end of the day, it's not about trusting someone else. It's about trusting yourself. And I don't feel like you can trust yourself right now. I feel like you struggle with the doubt. And so if he has done something to break that trust, like have an affair or lie to you, that's really up to you. You really have to sit with that. Going to a psychic medium to answer that question is not going to help you, because I could tell you yes or no, but I don't feel like it's going to resolve that inside issue that's going on for you. So the problem with channeling is you don't remember anything that you say because it's not stored in your brain. I literally hear something in my head or get a feeling about something and out it goes, and then I forget about it. Sherry, will I retire in the next 6 months? I don't know about the next 6 months, but I do know you're going to, I do feel like you're going to retire this year. Toya, yes. Patrick, yes. I heard get creative. Oh, we have somebody who is, good thing they're being blocked, but let me go ahead and block them. Their comment is blocked, but I'm going to block them. I do not do pregnancy readings. I used to. Oh my God, I blocked this person. Shouldn't be coming through. We're gonna mute the account too. There we go. Pam, will Aaron and I get back together? I don't see that person in your timeline in the future, no. Mariah, is Joel and I story over? Not completely. My daughter and I reconcile. God, there's a lot of that going on. Yes, you got to give her the space to work through whatever she's got to work through, though. Okay, she doesn't owe you anything. You don't owe her anything. You guys are both, you know, old enough to have respect and boundaries. But eventually, yes. Am I going to be okay? Yes, Danielle, you're going to be fine, honey. Have faith and trust in yourself, okay? No matter what happens, you're going to be okay. Do I need to just sit back and be patient with R? I don't really get an answer around this, yes or no, but I'm going to tell you what I feel like I need to share with you, which is, yes, we always need to give space and allow people, but if they're not actively communicating, showing effort, pursuing, if there's any type of confusion, let it go. So you can start out with giving them space, but if they don't come back, lean in, and start making efforts and actions, don't think twice. Let them go. Otherwise, you're abandoning yourself. Okay, so if you want a mini read where you get to ask a question and then I'll give you what else the guides have to say, you can go to my link in my bio. It is a $15 minimum donation. I prefer Cash App or Venmo, but I also have PayPal. You're welcome, Danielle. And I didn't even tell anybody this. I have a free course. It's linked in my bio. It's called Heal. It's a course in radical forgiveness and self-love. If anybody needs that resource, please help yourself. It's there. All you have to do is put in an email address and then you get access to all 6 modules. It's one of my OG original courses from a very long time ago, but it still has really good content. And if you need 60 minutes with me, if you've never had a session with me and if you want to work through some limiting beliefs, if you want to work through some fears, if you want to work with your spiritual gifts, if you have more questions and you need more help and you've never had a session with me, there is a first-time client rate, okay, under the Quantum Soul Sessions. So that is another awesome resource. I just brought that back a couple of weeks ago. It was very popular last year. So take advantage of that too, if that's something that you need. I have a ton of other digital offerings as well. There's all kinds of goodies in there for you guys. Just know that whatever price point you're at, whether it's you don't have any money or you do have money to invest in yourself, I have something to offer you if you resonate with my energy. So you just double click on my photo. It should take you to my profile. You should see my bio, my photo, my bio. There should be a link and it should say the word Podia in it. If you click on that, the first thing you'll see is tip jar. If you click on the tip jar, you'll see Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Mandy, should I give Alicia another chance? Yes, you just need better boundaries, honey. Right. So, Sunshine Lady, that's a great example. So he's communicated to you, right, to be patient. So yes, be patient, but don't be blind to the fact that you have needs as well, and that you, so as long as he continues communication with you, be patient with him. But if he doesn't and he's not meeting your needs, you know, you have to choose yourself. But that communication, the fact that he communicated that, is a good sign. We had a reading come, Brittany. Brittany, have I read you before? I feel like I've read you before. Your energy feels familiar. What's your question, Brittany? General, but for work, financial. Okay. I thought so. Okay, if you guys can hold off on the free questions for just a moment and let me give my attention to Brittany. All paid mini reads get priority. So Brittany, someone sent a Cash App. Okay. I feel like there's money all around you. There's opportunities all around you. I feel like there is a block. Chris, I got you on the list. I'm gonna clear some of your energy. Brittany. Sorry. That's what happens when I transmute for somebody else. So please drink water today. I feel like there's money and opportunities all around you. I feel like there's this armor around you. There's a lot of weight on your shoulder, especially on your left side, which is your receiving side. Anytime I feel weight or pressure tied to the neck and shoulders, this works as almost like a block, but this also tells me that what you're carrying is not yours. It's heavy. It's not your beliefs. It's not your programming. So you need to really look at your ability to receive. And it almost feels like there is this part of you that's super afraid to be vulnerable or open yourself up. It almost feels like there's been something that's happened in over the time in your life that's kind of has kind of closed you off. And then there's some beliefs that aren't really serving you around your worth. So these are some things that will help you to open back up. But whatever this is, whatever it is that you are holding on to that's weighing you down, these beliefs, these programs, these patterns, if it doesn't feel good to you, it's not for you. So when you think it or feel it and it doesn't feel good, you need to say, okay, if this doesn't feel good, that means it doesn't resonate with me, which means it's not aligned for me. It's not meant for me. It's not a part of me. And try to become detached from it and be like, if this doesn't feel good, it's not for me. I need to set this down. What would I rather feel instead? But we really want to get you to a space where you are opening up to receive. I do feel like that you are going to do that. You are going to do the internal shifts, and once you do that, everything else will go click, 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 and everything else will come into alignment. I do see it's not just one opportunity. There's several opportunities that are going to be presented to you this year, and I think you're actually going to take more than one. So I don't know if it's like a double job thing, or one's a side business and one's a job, or if they're just like multiple project jobs, like where you're 1099. I just feel like you're going to be accepting multiple opportunities, and they're saying you're going to be busier than you've ever been later this year. Like, I feel like things just start to flow and click, and you're just off to the races and going. So that's something for you to look forward to. But you really got to work on setting this down, and having so much trust and faith in yourself, and making the best of where you are currently. Like, I feel like you're almost in a space of self-punishment, or I can't do this, or I'm not allowed to do that, or I'm not allowed to be happy, or, you know, it's like a beating down that you're going through, it feels like. Let me find your username so I can make sure I'm not missing any comments from you. Yes, many times. Okay, so know that that's not helping you, right? So you need to stop doing that. Like, just because your life isn't together in the way that you want it to be, doesn't mean you can't have a good time. In fact, the more you can have a good time, right? Obviously, don't be ridiculously irresponsible or do things that aren't safe or not healthy for you. But you're allowed to let loose. You're allowed to laugh. You're allowed to go out and enjoy yourself. You're allowed to have fun and be happy. People who are homeless are having a great time all the time, right? So happiness is a state of being. It's a choice that you make. And you can say, like, hey, this situation or what's going on in my life is not great right now. It's not what I want it to be, but how can I make the best of this? Because once you start to do that, and you're telling the universe, like, hey, I'm going to see that I'm already abundant. Thank you. This is an analogy that they've been giving a lot of clients lately, which is your natural state is abundance. Even if you have an abundance of lack, it's still an abundance. So if you can constantly see that even if you have a bunch of lack, oh, I have an abundance. I'm so abundant. Look at how abundant I am. I wonder what it would feel like to be abundant with cash, or with love, or abundant with opportunities. Get curious, right? This is how we shift. This is how you shift your frequency. You shift your frequency by choosing to say, yes, I see you. I feel this energy. I hear this thought that doesn't really feel real great. Yes, I see you. I feel this energy. I hear this thought that doesn't really feel real great. Sure, that's a possibility. But I wonder what this would feel like. I wonder what that would look like. I wonder how that would come in. And then you set it down, that wondering, and you just move on with your life, right? I was curious. I had a thought recently. I was like, oh, it'd be really awesome to have a session doing XYZ, right? 2 days later, I'm scrolling. I was already in a Facebook group that offered these free sessions because I wanted to try it out. And I made a post, and I had someone in my inbox immediately, and I got the free session. So but I wasn't searching for it. I wasn't like, oh my God, I need this. I was like, oh, that would be really cool. And I let it go and just moved on with my life. That's the law of detachment. You just have to be curious, wonder, but not need it, because you will always have everything you need. You will always be able to get everything that you need. It may not come in the way that you want it to, or the way that you're expecting it to. But if you can let go of expectations, if you can let go of how you need things to be and surrender and make the best of things, everything's going to shift for you very quickly. Yeah, and isolating yourself is the worst thing you can do. Worst thing you can do. You need connection. You need people. So here's your permission slip. Go out, have some fun. There's lots of things you can do for little or no money. Go out and enjoy yourself. Invite people over, have a game night. Like, there just needs to be more joy in your life, because once you have a little bit more joy in your life and a little bit more peace in your life, you're going to raise your frequency, and now you're going to be more in alignment with all of these opportunities. But I'm telling you, there's money and opportunities just swirling all around you. So I feel very strongly that things are going to shift well for you, honey. It's just a matter of you opening up and receiving them, and stop closing yourself off, okay? So I hope that helps. Do you have any questions about anything that we have said that I can clarify for you? Okay, good. I'm so happy for you. Oh, thank you for always coming back. I appreciate you. Yeah, whenever you're ready, I'm here for you. Okay, next up we have Chris, and she already told me. Chris, can you wave at me so I know where you are? And then I'm going to just answer a couple questions. Will I get into dental school by early April? Anthony, I do feel like you're going to get into dental school. Okay, Frosted Mini, is that you? Are you Chris? I just want to double check so I can track your username. And then I already have your question. Okay, perfect. Okay, you guys, let me focus on Chris right now. Chris, let me ask you, are you and Z under no contact right now? I feel a space, and okay, yes, okay. I felt a space, so that's why I was asking. All right. Okay, Chris, I don't see you two, I don't see that person in your timeline in the future. And I think that is probably a good thing. When I see your energy, I see this smaller, we're going to call it smaller for all intents and purposes, version of you steps forward that really has her head down, your head down, just like this energy of feeling defeated, feeling unworthy, feeling rejected, abandoned. It's just this energy. And I want you to know that what you are chasing after and what you're feeling has more to do with your childhood than it has anything to do with Z. So know that, so that you can separate the way that you feel. The way that you feel has very little to do with Z, and has everything to do with something that you are trying to reconcile from your childhood. I'm getting a lot of energy of disempowered, right? And those feeling disempowered, feeling not confident in yourself, feeling the energies of unworthiness. Why can't this happen? Why can't I have the person that I want? These types of energy, it's causing this disempowered actions and disempowered words. And we want you to see you the way that we see you, which is this big, beautiful, bright, vibrant light who is perfect. Creation doesn't make mistakes. And there is somebody that is perfect for you. And the longer you entertain and chase after someone who isn't, the longer you postpone who is. So the very best thing that you can do right now is to let that person go and to really focus all of your energy on you, rebuilding yourself up. Because damn it, you are worth more than that. You are way worth more than that. You are worth someone who is going to show up for you consistently, who is going to pursue you, who is going to want to be around you, and you should not settle for anything less than that. But there is a part of you, we call this parts work, an aspect of you that is showing up, and it's very much attached to this. And I feel like this isn't the first time that this has happened. I feel like you've attracted similar relationships in the past. You're trying to reconcile something from childhood. It has nothing to do with them. Your person, your soulmate, your partner, they will make you feel complete. You will feel safe. It may even feel a little boring. They will be consistent. There will be no confusion. And that is not the case with this. So this is not your person. This person was mirroring back to you how you feel about yourself. And that is a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes I know I've had to do it many times. So take that information and be grateful for this person so that you can choose to step into your authentic, badass self and start to shine bright. Because again, you are worthy, beyond worthy of that. Why would you want to settle for less than? All right, let me see if I can find your username handle. There it is, okay. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about that? And they want me to say, there is somebody coming for you. There is a healthier relationship that is coming for you. I would not consider them a soulmate, but they are someone that is going to be that in between, that's going to help you boost that confidence again. But you have to start doing that work here first. Okay? I feel like this, in the next 3 months, this person's going to show up. So really do that. You'd be a great candidate for my course Heal, that's free linked in my bio. It's free. Do the work that comes up with that. There's a lot of deep layer work that's available in Heal. I think that will be very helpful for you. But there is somebody better coming for you. So let them go. Okay? Let them go. Someone paid for a mini read. All right, let me figure out where you paid. Okay, looks like we have 2 that came in back to back. You're welcome. And if you feel called to try out my course Heal, again, it's free. It's up there. Utilize it if it calls to you. Okay, we have Leslie. Let me see what time it is. Okay, so we're gonna close paid readings after these 2. I just don't have. I have a client that I want to make sure I'm not late for her session. We have Leslie and then Ari. Make sure I don't have any anywhere else. And if I have time to add in a third, I will. But for now, we're going to hold off and work with what we have. Okay. Leslie, go ahead and drop your question. I'm going to blow my nose. Miranda, is Nicole truly done with our relationship before it's too late? So again, I can't see her side. I can only see it from your side. And I feel that, yes, I feel like that your relationship contract is done. Are me and Keith going to be together, or is he using me? Well, that doesn't feel good. All right, let's see what we get. Okay, so starters, Leslie, feels like a lot of turmoil inside of you. I feel contradictory. All turmoil is contradictory beliefs. I feel like your intuition is telling you one thing and you're going against that because of your desire to have something that maybe not be in alignment for you. And yes, I'm speaking about this person. I'm going to say I don't feel like he's intentionally using you, but I do feel like he takes advantage of what's being offered to him, if that makes sense. Like if you give somebody something, they're, he's going to take it, whether that's your time, your energy, your money, that type of thing. So, but I don't feel like it's malicious or intentional. Oh, thank you for the compliment. I feel like he's a lesson for you. It's a karmic relationship. There is Are you guys in a committed relationship? Why does it feel like the lines are blurred? So when you ask the question, is he cheating on you? These are questions that the guides generally don't like to answer. I feel, I'm not going to give you a yes or no. I do feel like there's some shady things that are going on. Things that, let me put it a different way. I feel like there's dishonesty happening. I think there are things that he's not telling you. Okay, so that's pretty committed if you live together. But it feels like, I don't know why, it feels like the lines are blurred in your relationship. So I don't know, you're the only one that's going to know what that means. So is there any confusion or anything that can be misconfused about your relationship? Because it feels like it just feels like the lines are blurred on if it's a committed relationship or not. And so maybe I'm picking up on that because there hasn't been a clear communication. I'm not sure. But if that's what it feels like. But he's definitely withholding some type of information. I'm not going to say yes or no to the cheating because that's such a hard question because cheating means so many different things to so many different people. But there's definitely some things that are being withheld from you. Like I said, this is definitely a karmic relationship. You two called each other in to learn some lessons, to see yourselves in each other. And sometimes we get a reflection that we don't like, and we have to ask ourselves, is this something that I want to continue to entertain? Is this something that aligns with who I am or my worth? Is this something that is this the value of who I am that I want to align to? Because if it doesn't feel good and you feel like something's off, and I'm telling you something's off, you need to sit down and have a conversation. Whether he decides to be truthful or not in that conversation, you're the only one that's going to know that. You're going to have an intuitive knowing. But I feel like your intuition's been telling you for quite a while now that this needs to be done. And I feel like you're not listening to it because, when we start to invest in somebody, and especially when we live with somebody, we want it to work out. Nobody wants to start over. Nobody wants to do those things. But it almost feels like a roommate situation for you guys. That's how it comes. That's how I read the energy anyway. So I'm not sure why I'm reading it that way, but that's the only way I can describe it. Like I said, it feels like the lines are blurred in the relationship. But I think you already know that this relationship, it's time for you to move on. And sometimes this is why we come to places like this. Sometimes we're looking for the permission slip or the confirmation. And it's hard when you are with somebody that can almost gaslight you or almost make you feel like you're the crazy one because you're tuning in, you're feeling something, but they're showcasing or speaking something different, and that's how it feels. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's gaslighting you, but it feels like you're perceiving one thing and he is reflecting back another, and this is causing turmoil inside of you. So you need to trust your gut and not worry about if it can be validated in this moment. And you need to just trust in yourself in that, because you are worth more than that. And you need to be telling the universe, no, this is unacceptable. I value myself and I know what I'm worth, and I'm not going to settle for anything less than that. But this is causing a lot of issues in your solar plexus. And so once you resolve that, I feel like you're overall going to feel better. And of course, you'll grieve the relationship or grieve whatever you need to grieve. But it's so much nicer on the other side. And you need to become so anchored in yourself and feel so worthy within yourself that you don't even entertain anything less than what you know you're freaking worth. Do you have any questions about that, my love? But your gut is correct, so listen to it. Okay, good. Not easy things ahead of you, but when it comes to those kind of things, but you can do this. You're very strong. You have a very strong energy about yourself. Okay, now we have Ari. Ari, can you let me know who you are so I can see your username and then drop your question? What time is my reading? Let me look at my calendar and see what time my session starts. 3, okay. That's what I thought. Okay, you just want a general, okay. Lisa, will I pass my CNA exam to send it? Yes. Give yourself more credit. You don't give yourself enough credit, girlfriend. Okay, so this is for Ari. Ari, do you feel stuck or like it just feels like you're frozen or you're stuck? I'm getting my symbol for frozen or stuck, like you're not moving forward in the way that you want. So I'm going to ask that first. Do you feel frozen? Do you feel stuck? Do you feel like you're not moving forward in the way that you need to? Well, I just wanted to know if you were. Not, we'll tap into more. Yes, been applying for months for employment. Okay. They make me feel like you have not been... So they make me feel like you have been preoccupied is not the right word. You've been busying yourself, distracting yourself, and not really truly allowing yourself to work through whatever emotions you need to. This was meant to be a period of time where you rested and you healed and you really allowed yourself to feel. But I feel like you can't ever fully get into that restful space because your nervous system is always in an active, a functional freeze state. And so your nervous system isn't getting the rest that it needs. You're not allowing your emotions and your energy to flow the way that it needs. And this is keeping you stuck. It's not because of grief or because of any one thing. It's just because I feel like you're not allowing yourself to take this opportunity to rest. And when I say rest, it means nervous system rest. It means relaxation. It means curling up on the couch and watching your favorite movie, wrapped up in a blanket and crying and allowing yourself to feel, or going for a walk, or doing whatever it is that you feel that you need to do that is restful, that is healing for you. This was meant to be a period of time that would come with healing and revelation, and I feel like you have not been allowing that to the extent that is needed. Yes, just nothing moving. I don't know if I'm not doing enough. If you mean like your emotions aren't moving, is that what you mean? I just want to clarify. What are you referring to when you say nothing's moving? Emotionally, I feel like I stopped yes, there you go. Okay, perfect. That's what I was going to say. So there's a fear. There's a fear there that isn't allowing you to go into the emotion. The fear has a story attached to it. So what are you, and this is a question I really want you to ask yourself. I want you to take homework from this. What is the worst thing that's going to happen if you feel your feelings entirely? Because I feel like what you're afraid of is that you aren't going to ever come out of it. I feel like you're afraid you're going to get stuck in the emotion. I feel like you're afraid that it's going to be too much, or it's never going to stop, or any of the combination of these things. Like, it feels like a fear around that. I don't let myself cry, and people have been letting me down. Well, I feel like the more, you're going to attract more and more people that are going to piss you off, and do the anger is grief's bodyguard, right? So eventually something's going to happen that's going to break the energy or break you in a way. Like, it's going to make you so mad, or you're going to get so sick of something, and it's something you're just going to snap. It's going to be too much. But you are building this wall, and that wall needs to break. That wall needs to be broken down so that everything can flow. It's working like a dam. But know that you won't get stuck in the emotion. You won't live there forever. Emotions will come in 60 to 90 second intervals, and maybe some days they're longer than others, especially if you've been holding a lot back. When that first breaks, it can be very emotional, and it can be a lot to purge. But there's this aspect of you, or this energy that's working like a bodyguard, that's not, you're just so afraid to go into the emotion ocean, right? You're so afraid to go in there because I feel like you're afraid you're going to get stuck in it and you're not going to be able to move forward. But what really is happening is you hear my words, right? Because they're saying, listen to your words. When you're afraid of getting stuck and getting stuck in something, you actually get stuck in something. You're stuck in something. It's just not your emotion. So the thing that you're afraid of is actually happening right now. It's just not in the way that you are perceiving it. So if you can let go, and sometimes that means you got to work through the anger. So get in your car, go for a drive when someone ticks you off or someone's not showing up for you, or you're feeling something, and scream. When you feel that, scream. Go to a rage room. Go do some kickboxing. I don't know. Do something. I love to get in my car, roll up my windows, turn the radio on, and scream. And I'll scream until I break. I break the energy and I start to cry. And that is what helps me. Sometimes I also will watch movies that I know are tear jerkers, or look at a picture or a memory of something that I know will invoke emotion in me. I do things to try to cry to someone else's story instead of crying to my own. It doesn't really matter what you're crying for. It's just a matter of you releasing the energy. It might be helpful for you to book a session with someone like me or someone else that you resonate with to really help, maybe do a healing session where we kind of help facilitate removing that block or penetrating it to get the emotion out of you. Sometimes when you are with somebody who holds space for you in the right way and you can start to tell your story, when you feel safe telling your story, sometimes the tears can flow. So you can try any or all of those things, honey. But once you can start to allow yourself to feel, the energy will start flowing again. But it's very intentional where you are right now for a reason. Now, do I see you getting a job? Yes. I don't know what you did before. Did you work for a school or with kids or anything like that? Are you looking at things with children or some type of school? I don't know why I keep getting like a school environment, something with a school. I worked for a courthouse before. It's definitely not a school. Driving is super helpful because it puts your ego busy, and then you can process your thoughts or meditate in a sense. But when you feel agitated or whatever, scream while you're driving. It will be really helpful. You haven't yet worked for kids. Well, maybe you're going to, because I don't see children, but I see a school. So I don't know if it's a college. I don't know if it's an art school. I don't know if it's an elementary school. I see some type of school. Maybe you're even going to go back to school, and they just keep showing me a school. So I do feel like a job is coming for you. Just know that, look outside of what you would normally apply for. I feel like you're already doing that to some extent. They make me feel like you're just applying to anything at this point and seeing what sticks. But I really want you to look at something that is going to bring you joy, and it might be something that's a little bit creative in nature. So I'm not saying you're necessarily going to work with kids. I just keep seeing a school. But if it will be beneficial to book an energy session with me, go ahead. You can use the Quantum Soul session first time rate for that. I also have some, let me see, the healing meditations I have on my YouTube channel. There's one, let me get the exact name of it, that would be really good for you. Because I don't know if you meditate, but meditating can sometimes help us to move through the blocks videos. Okay, so if you go to my YouTube channel, it's linked in my bio. I want you to go down to Cleansing in the Sacred Waters of Gaia. Looks like it's 36 minutes. You can also do the root chakra release. Either one of those will be super helpful for you to start clearing some energy and help you start taking away some of those blocks. It might help you crack through. You used to meditate. I think it's time for you to go back. If anything, it will help you find some peace and open your heart to you. But the message here, the main message for you is things are going to start moving again when you allow your emotions to start flowing again. And I know that might frustrate you because you're like, I don't know how to do that. But I that's why we wanted to give you those tips. Scream, work out, do things that physically make you move your energy, and then find things that you know invoke emotion in you. So whether that's a memory, if that's, maybe you have a friend that will hold space and just listen to you, that feels safe, and you can talk about your story, your grief, or again, booking something with me or someone else that you resonate with, watching movies that make you cry, do all the things that help you move the emotion. But at the end of the day, it's just giving yourself permission to feel and knowing that you're not going to get stuck in that emotion. In fact, it's going to set you free. So check out those meditations. Know that I have tons of resources, including my free course, Heal, that's linked in my bio. And that you will get through this. You are going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. This is happening for a reason, and you're working through that right now. But that's what we have for you, my love. Well, I passed my Texas exam in April, yes. Gosh, my lips are so dry. Do you have any questions about anything that we've said? I don't know if I asked you that already. No, I don't feel like the job's going to be this month. April, maybe May. I hate when dogs are roaming around that aren't with their home. You're very welcome. Okay, just a reminder, if you guys have never had a session with me and you want to have 60 minutes with me to work through beliefs, limits, fears, you need guidance, life purpose, life mission, working on your intuition, any of those things, you can read all about what the sessions entail. There is a first-time client rate under my Quantum Soul sessions. I brought this back. It was a very popular thing last year. I have a ton of resources on YouTube. I have a free course called Heal, a Radical Course in Forgiveness, linked in my bio. And I have all kinds of other resources that you can check out if you're guided to. Oh, you like my cow picture? So I got that on Temu. Can you believe that? It was like $5. It's super cheap, but it works. I mean, you can't tell that it's cheap. I love Temu. It doesn't bother me. It was super affordable. So don't deprive yourself. Oh, this poor mama. Let me answer your question. New here. Could you tell me if it'll be safe, healthy to put my baby in daycare? Yes. Just do your homework on the daycare. Get references from other parents. Make sure that you feel safe, that their values are aligned with yours. Some of them even have cameras where you can peek in and watch your child. Make sure you are very comfortable with everything they're going to do. You have a right to shop around and find the right fit for you. But yes, you are going to find the right fit, and your baby's going to be just fine, honey. I know it's scary. Okay. That's what we're gonna end for today, my loves. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm gonna try to pop on tomorrow at least, and then maybe Sunday, we'll see. But again, you have all those resources available to you if you need them, and if you want to book a session and you've never had one, again, take advantage. It's more than 50% off my normal hourly rate. So that is something that's really awesome that I'm offering for you guys. But I appreciate you all for being here and for allowing me to read your energy and to be of service to you. And I will see you guys next time. This will go up on YouTube, by the way, within the next